Me know who need to hear this, eh? But I have plenty women, plenty girl them in my comment sections asking me where all the good men at, because I tell them it are plenty good men outside here. And plenty of them seem to not know where all the good men hiding. But let me tell you something. All the good men that they're looking for in all their friend zone. It are two places where these good men is, in all their friend zone and home. These good fellas in the place, home. You will hardly find people who are character out in these streets. I'm being real. It are plenty fellas who have purpose, who don't have time to be in the streets. They don't have time for the bacchanal, they don't have time for none of them things. They prefer to be home. Or, like we just mentioned, in their friend zone, they may not have a car or they may not have a nice walk or something, so they place them in the friend zone. They may not be tall enough, like they might be, a little bit on the shorter side. And they had them in their friend zone. So my answer to all you, my response to the ladies who ask me where the good men are, they are in their friend zone or they home in the place. Alright? I hope God help. Nice day.
Ladies, listen, I'm gonna keep it so honest with y'all today. The reason why men tend to have it so much easier regarding getting ahead in life than women is because men naturally put themselves first. Men naturally are selfish. I would implore more women in 2026 to be just as selfish as men are. It is what it is. Not every man, but most men will put themselves first and make everything else in their life just fall in line. They'll create chaos and be like, well, what do you expect me to do? I got this, and this. I've seen men take on second jobs, overtime, start working out 3, 4, 5 times a week, and won't even discuss it with the mother of their children first. They'll just do it and just be like, this is what I want to do. I'm overweight. I want to get back in shape. Even though he's just as responsible as taking care of his children as the mother is. He'll just go out and, I need to make more money. Just get a second job. I need overtime. I've seen men take mental health days. They'll just quit a job. Like they don't care. Everything else just has to fall in line. Women, you gotta be more selfish in 2026 if you want to get ahead. I'm sorry. And the reason why it's much tougher for women is because they consider everybody else first. And unfortunately, that puts you in a position to always second guess what you should do with your life.
A man's life is way harder than a woman's life. And ladies, do you even have the first clue of what a true alpha masculine man has to deal with day in and day out? Do you have an inkling of an idea? Because I guarantee you don't. Men wake up every day knowing nobody's going to hand them anything. Nobody cares how they feel. Nobody's validating them for existing. Everything they have to earn. Respect, money, status, reputation, even his physique. All of it comes with sweat, sacrifice, and relentless pressure. Women are born with value. You're young, you're beautiful, you have femininity, and automatically you get attention, protection, options, and men willing to provide. But a man, he's invisible until he proves himself. Invisible until he brings something to the table. That's the brutal truth. Ladies don't know what it's like to carry the weight of protecting and providing, not just for yourself, but for your family, for the woman you love, for the people counting on you, while nobody's coming to save you even if you fall. Men don't get safety nets. Men don't get sympathy. They grind or they unnoticed. And yet, despite carrying that pressure, most men still get nothing but criticism. Women demanding more, complaining, disrespecting, instead of appreciating the fact that their man is out there fighting battles that they can't even see. So before you roll your eyes at the men, ladies, ask yourself this. Do you even have the first clue what a real masculine man faces every single day? Because if you did, you would stop nagging and start appreciating. Men's lives are harder. And the fact that they still show up to protect you anyway, that's strength women will never understand.
Men don't really approach women that much anymore for a lot of different reasons, I think. But personally, I want to be approached. I would love to meet someone in real life versus online. And as long as it's a respectful approach, I'm always going to be nice. Even if I'm not interested, I'm never going to be rude to the guy. But I think as women, we have to give a signal that we are interested before most men will feel like it's okay to like actually approach you. Personally, I'm not going to approach a man. That's not me, but I will make it clear that I'm interested. I will pretty much give him an open invitation to approach me through eye contact, smiling at him, physically like getting closer to him in whatever vicinity that we're in. And if he doesn't take that invitation, then I would just assume he's taken or he doesn't have the confidence to come up to me, which just means he's not for me. I'm gonna try harder to meet people in real life.
Look, women need to be held accountable. Feminism has made it normal to constantly blame men for the problems of women, when in reality, our own nature and the way we interact with each other accounts for most of our issues. Women sit around and listen to each other about dating, and for some reason, we always wind up siding with each other, don't we? It's never our fault, even if we find ourselves in repeated situations or dating the same type of guy over and over again. Women will stand in solidarity with victims of and then go use men on public forums like, are we dating the same guy? And even if you don't post in there, you still stick around for the tea instead of working to end it. Women will cheer on some overweight girl practicing body positivity and then shrug their shoulders when that girl complains that men aren't attracted to her. Women will complain about WNBA players making pennies compared to LeBron James, but never ask themselves why the Kardashians are billionaires or why a reality show about husbands has never been made. All feminists do is tell men that they have to change, which just means they're still dependent on men to solve their problems. Doesn't that defeat your whole point? Start doing some thinking of your own and hold yourselves accountable for once.
I don't want to leave the streets, even if they're good men. Confession time. In all honesty, that guy that I in Sacramento last week, I can't answer his FaceTimes because I'm scared to commit, and that's a confession. I don't want to leave the streets, even if they're good men, and that's my confession, and they're gonna hate me online, but like, is it my fault? Like, I don't think so. Like, God, we're cool girls, we can't help it.
Oh, because you're getting married, okay, every single night of the week, I want a free table, okay?
Shut up.
Swear to God. Yes.
My
So that's the
God.
benefit of riding on this card and doing an episode. It's gonna give you guys a free table right now. You guys just sold me $20 for a ride, and that's it.
Oh my God.
I saw a post that said that men are dating more for peace over beauty now. And if that doesn't tell you how dense and how black and white these men think.
Whoa, but I thought the problem was men only cared about how women looked, not really their character on the inside. You should be happy to know that that's not all that matters to them anymore, even though it should be. Look, I don't know who made the original post, but saying, oh, men are dating less attractive women for peace rather than the attractive women, it's a big cope all around. It's either a woman coping as to why she's single or a man coping as to why he's not going for attractive women anymore, even though they'd all reject him. It's all cope. But she kept going.
Is that they're correlating more of beautiful, attractive women to be more difficult and more demanding.
Not gonna lie, isn't a lot of content on here geared towards telling women to expect more from men, telling them to be high maintenance, telling them to control their man?
What men are really trying to say is that they don't want to be held accountable for their actions. They want to be able to do certain things and you not being able to say anything about it.
Where did you get that from? Again, she said she saw a post that was like 2 sentences. And she kept going after that, bro. Like, she talked for 2 minutes about what that post meant. Notice when I summarized it, I summarized it in like 10 seconds. It's like, again, men are choosing someone who respects them, who likes them, who treats them kindly. Because again, as I said in yesterday's video, a lot of women are conditioned to be with men they don't like and they end up treating those men poorly. So men are choosing to be in more equitable and happy situations. Like that just seems like something any human being would do given the same situation. And look, I swear to God, there was that one post where I was talking about there was some woman who was talking like this, where it's like, oh, they're just picking something easy. They want to get away with stuff, da-da-da-da. I stitched a video saying she was rude, disrespectful, etc. She didn't listen. I swear to God, I'm not going to go back and find it though. She literally stitched the video and she said, "You're right." And she was laughing. Like, it was like a big, funny moment for her, which I'm glad. But it's like, again, it's like they take pride in being extremely difficult. So then when men are like, I don't want difficult things, then it's like, what are we talking about?
I get loads of comments and DMs from men, exactly like this one up here, saying that women these days have unrealistic standards. And you know what? They're right. Women have changed. They're more confident, independent, and capable than they've ever been. They can pay their own bills, build their own careers, and take care of themselves. And that's a beautiful thing, but it has changed the dating landscape because women are no longer looking for men to rely on. They're looking for men who can at least match what they bring to the table. Someone who brings the same energy, the same growth, and the same emotional awareness. So it's not that women's standards have become unrealistic. They're just asking for what they can already give to themselves. And as a man, that's not something to resent or get bitter about. It's something to rise up to. Because maybe it's not that women have become too much. Maybe it's that most men have stopped keeping up.
You know, I'm really glad Lauren came back and said what you said about the difficulty in a man's life and a man having a lot of things that he has to persevere through. Because I think the clip before that, we had a man talking about how men consider themselves first. And then he made a couple of examples that I thought were kind of like, you sit back and you like, well, he's doing it for the benefit, like the family would benefit. Oh, if he decides he's too fat and he wants to lose weight, he goes to the gym and he works out. Yes, because the doctor probably would tell him you need to work out. Well, he don't have any concern for the wife. He does, because if he passes away because he's too fat, then the wife is going to be by herself. If he needs to make more money, he goes and gets a second job. Are you okay? It has to be a joke. If I go out there and get a second job, the money would be going they would be going to my kids. So if you ever learn anything, put yourself first. Okay. I feel like at some point in time, we got to use our brains.
I have a question for men in their 30s and 40s who like to date older women. I am 49 and I matched with this guy on a dating app who's 42, and he says he likes dating older women. And I feel like I am extremely affected by society, and that the older I get, and like when my appearance changes, I feel like I have less and less value. Like, I get that I'm cute, but I'm less cute than I was 10 years ago. Well, I'm actually cuter now, but I have wrinkles on my face. Somehow I am better looking than I was when I was younger, but I still have like wrinkles. My teeth aren't as white. My body is like, I'm fit, but it just has these weird lumps and wrinkles that it didn't used to have. And like my chest is kind of like up from the sun. Anyway, my question is for guys that say they like to date older women, how is it that you have not been affected by society? Like, because I feel like for me, it's like programmed into my brain that I have less value and that I'm not as cute. And even when I see other women, like when I see older women, I think older women aren't as cute as younger women. Like, it's just an automatic judgment that I have. So how am I to believe that some men don't have that? Like, they were raised in the same exact society as me, as everyone else, you know, affected like by the commercials and what they see in Hollywood. And how are they able to? I just don't see how this guy who says that he thinks I'm cute and is happy actually that I'm 7 years older than him, how he would look at me and be happy that I have older skin. I mean, I get that I have other qualities, like I'm wiser, I have less drama, probably, I make more money. But I just don't see how he's not gonna look at me and wish that I was younger. I don't get it. Explain it to me, please.
I have to say I feel sorry for some of you men out there in the dating world, because it is 2025. I'm a 38-year-old female, and these women out here even confuse me. Some women out here putting Jesus in their bio, but then you go look at their stuff and it's nothing but thirst traps, lustful, seductive content. I mean, the modern day woman calls serving your husband oppression, but yet will have no problem going out and serving a male boss and cry that that's empowerment. And real feminine energy is not marketing like the modern day woman might tell you. Y'all are getting seduction and femininity completely confused. And I've said it before, but a lot of women have this long laundry list of unrealistic criteria that they want in a man, but yet they bring nothing to the table. And we don't talk about that. We tell them, no, you are a queen, you will be treated as such, but we're not teaching women how to be wives these days. And I would go out on a limb and say that most of the women out in the modern day dating culture do not actually have standards. They have entitlement and accountability, a woman's kryptonite. Some of you ladies are going to alone still blaming men for the choices that you made.
Never experienced the feeling of losing a good man. I've never sat here and be like, fuck, I lost the good one. Never! Because I'm the good man.
I done told y'all this. In their minds, they're incapable of being wrong. I could bet my life confidently that her and all the women in the comments and in the likes who agree with this take have had a good man, either want them or have been with a good man, but they've left that good man and said, we just didn't work out. There was something missing. He didn't have enough, something code word for toxicity, yada, yada, yada. I can confidently bet my life on that. Like, I know that however old this woman is, in her life, she's come across a man who had nothing but pure intentions, and she didn't like him for whatever reason. She might have straight up called bro a square. But in these women's minds, they're incapable of being, it's not even that they like won't take accountability, like literally something's wired in their mind. They're incapable of realizing when they're wrong. You ever prove a woman wrong, what's the first thing she gonna hit you with? Men, let me know, what she gonna call you? Yeah, she either called you, she called you sassy, she called you toxic, she called you manipulative, she called you a liar, she called you a gaslighter, she called you one of them things. If you've ever proved a woman wrong, something's wrong with you. It's not that what she did was wrong. It's not that what she did was wrong. It's not that she could have possibly misstepped. It's not possible that she was maybe disrespectful to you. No, something's wrong with you because she can't be wrong. This whole time, I thought it was like an accountability issue, but it's literally in their reality. Like there is some type of genjutsu. They can't perceive themselves to be an issue. Like, I don't think there's a man out there in all his dating life in between the ages of 18 that could ever say that they've dated multiple women before and could say, I was never the problem one time. Like, I don't think there's every man at some point be like, yeah, I was the problem here. I did this here. They can point out when they've been wrong and when they've been wronged. Women can only point out when they're wrong. I mean, when someone else has done them wrong. Men, how many times have you heard a woman ever say, yeah, I was the problem? And not in like a tongue-in-cheek type of way where she's like, man, haha, I'm so toxic. No, when has a woman ever sat down and like, man, I really messed up with that dude? Yeah, exactly.
And the women in their 30s come online to say, where are the men in their 30s? Where do they hang out? What do they do? I get such secondhand embarrassment. Because it's like, girl, I think, okay, so society has lied to women, unfortunately. And a lot of girls thought in their 20s, I'm just gonna, live, laugh, love, 20s are for fun, ha ha ha. And then when they turn 30, they're like, okay, I'm ready to be serious. Where are the men? The men are gone. A lot of the good men are gone because the ones that knew that they wanted to be husbands and fathers are typically already husbands and fathers by the time that they're 30, or at least working towards that, because a lot of people don't want to be old parents or whatever. And the other half that are still left are the ones who either didn't want to be husbands and fathers in the first place, so they weren't on track to doing that, or the ones that tried to be that and then probably failed at their previous relationships. So you're looking at leftovers, babe. And you yourself have now become one of those leftovers. Sorry. I hope you find one though.
I made a video yesterday where I was saying how I can't hate men because I had a really good father. And I got a response that I found to be very interesting. She said, good for you. Thank your mother also because your mother chose a good man. That also means your mother is not a crappy person. But let's sympathize and empathize with people who aren't fortunate enough to have what you have. And see, this be my problem, because if I was to do a video about how much I love women, appreciate my womanhood because I had a great mother, there would not be a single woman in the history of womandom who would comment on my video and say, what about your father? You should thank your father. You didn't get here without your father. Your mother couldn't have had you if it wasn't for your father. Your father had to choose a good woman. Why aren't you thanking your father? Let's empathize for the people who didn't have a good father. You would never say that. You would quite literally never, ever, ever say that. You would never come to defense of your father. Why is that? Why is that? And that's the problem with so many of you projecting in our comments. I should be able to make a video about men and fathers and how impactful a good father is to a woman, how impactful good fathers are to us without one of you. Well, what about your mom? What about her? This video isn't about her. I love my mom. I have 2 of them. I have great moms, but this isn't about her. Why do you have to? Anytime a man is getting any type of respect, anytime fathers are getting any type of shout out for being so amazing and valuable in our lives, y'all have to come with that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I understand that there are a lot of people who did not have good fathers in their lives. That is not lost on me. That is not lost on me. But I don't have a dad anymore. And the more I reflect on how much of an impact he has had in my life, I want to make videos because I want to talk to other people who have good fathers or who have had good fathers and their fathers are no longer in their lives. I can't do that without having to bring up my mother. No, what that is some of you are projecting because you didn't have a good father. You didn't have a good man in your life and you're angry at everybody. So the thought or the idea of a woman getting on here and saying that she doesn't hate an entire gender because she had a great father in her life, that does something to your spirit. And baby, I am so sorry that so many of you did not get to experience that. That is not fair to you. It's not fair to you and it's not your fault. But don't make that everybody else's problem because that's not our fault either. So yes, like I said, I don't hate men because I had a really good dad, and I know the Most High didn't stop making good fathers when he made mine. I know he didn't stop making good men when he made my father. And I should be able to say that, and nobody should have anything to say about it.
You know, a lot of these women are saying that they're going to therapy. I don't know if they're not listening or if therapy's not working. I think there was one woman that was ranting about why would this man love me if I'm old? I've got wrinkles, you know, I think I'm still pretty cute. I'm still pretty fit. I have money. I take care of myself. But why would he not think this woman is older and I'm going to go get a younger woman? I don't know. Maybe he had a connection with you. Maybe that's something that you need to work out in therapy. Maybe that's something that you need to talk to him about. And you don't have to go in there and badger him. But I mean, God dog, maybe if y'all are on a date, so tell me, what are some of the reasons that you wanted to be in a relationship with me or pursue me, or if y'all are that far down the road, why do you love me? And then I know you're looking for validation, and I understand it and I get it, but maybe some of the guys, and get this is what men kind of say about in reverse when it's a younger woman. Well, I don't want any of the drama. Younger ladies, they don't really a lot of times come with baggage or trauma, right? So I don't want any of that. If you don't have any baggage or trauma, fantastic. And if I make a connection with you and I think that you're pretty, double fantastic, triple fantastic. So that might be some of the reasons why.
The Philippines, Thailand, like women that can speak very little English, women that don't have education.
A lot of these women talking the passport bros have never left the country. It's obvious because the Philippines is one of the countries with the highest levels of English speaking people that I've ever been to. I met a Filipina here and she's gonna explain more about it.
Okay, so this doesn't go to every American woman out there. This is just for those who keeps on talking about us, okay? And it seems to me that a lot of American women are insecure about how we treat men better than you guys. And it's actually because we are raised to be good wives, and finding a good man is actually a prize for us. And if you're insecure about this, if you're threatened in some kind of way, I suggest you work on yourselves instead of talking about other people who doesn't even care about you guys, who doesn't even know you exist. And y'all kinda seem hard to please and naggy and insecure, and I think that is why men leaves you guys.
The difference between a man and a woman at the beginning of the year, a man is going to quietly reset while a woman is going to post what she's about to do, her vision board, and gym videos. A man don't do none of that. Men just move differently. They are not going to announce what they are about to change. They definitely don't broadcast what they are about to cut off. And they don't post about people that they have outgrown. Men, y'all have mastered it. Y'all just stop showing up the same way. Y'all start to wake up earlier. Y'all start to work longer. Y'all start to become more selective with your time. Y'all start pulling y'all energy inward. Y'all start to protect your peace. Y'all start to restructure y'all money. And simply, y'all just start planning the next version of yourselves. One thing that I admire about a man, y'all do not reset for attention. Y'all reset for survival. Y'all reset is usually big. Y'all tell yourselves that it is time to be a better version of you because who you are today is not enough. When y'all are focused on a goal, y'all go all in 1,000%. When a man is focused and he goes quiet, it is not because he is lost. It is because he is strategizing and rebuilding. January is not about an announcement for a man. It's about him resetting and carving out his blueprint. And the scariest part about a man that is disciplined, by the time people around him and notice that he has changed, he is already on to the next version of himself and his life.
There's no faster way for a man to tell me that he's deep in his feminine energy than to proudly announce, "I don't chase women." Okay, sir. First of all, masculine men don't chase, they pursue. And when a woman's not interested, they don't throw a tantrum. They don't start hurling insults. They don't get all wounded. They simply recognize she's not for them, and they walk away quietly, confidently, and with their ego intact. Because real men don't need to announce their masculinity. They embody it. So when a man needs to declare, "I don't chase women," what he's really saying is, "I can't handle rejection." Big difference. Masculine men move with grace. The rest, just talk.
I surveyed 150 Black men, and what they told me changed how I see everything. I asked them, "Do you feel like you can be emotionally vulnerable in your daily life?" And 90% of them said no. Then I asked them, "Do you feel like you can be emotionally vulnerable with your spouse or partner?" And 80% of them answered no. This means that 8 out of 10 Black men do not feel capable enough to take off the mask next to the person that they're laying with. We wonder why so many Black men look fine on the outside while they're on the inside. This is what happens when an entire generation of men is raised to think that expressing their emotions makes them less masculine. If you are a Black man watching this, I want you to know that you are allowed to feel, heal, and need. I want you to comment just one word on how you felt. Because if 135 Black men are feeling this way, then I know that you are not the only one. Don't forget to follow Brielle for more mindset transformations.
I hear so many men on here commenting on my videos basically saying like, I don't approach women because I'm scared that they'll accuse me of something and, you know, like my life will be ruined, all this kind of stuff. And I understand like that obviously does happen. And it's a valid fear, but I think it's like living for the extreme. And you could say that about anything. You could literally say that about getting on a plane, like, oh, I would never fly because, you know, planes crash, or I would never get on a horse because someone's riding a horse. Like, yeah, like there are obviously risks to everything, but I think as long as you approach women respectfully and have like good intentions behind it, whatever, and respect their answer, it's not going to be an extreme situation. And I think that men who say that a lot of times are cowardly, like they're just afraid and they're using that as an excuse. So that's just my opinion, honestly. But
do you know what year the War of 1812 was? It's kind of probably like ooh. You don't know what year the War of 1812 was? I think it was I don't know. How much is a quarter of an hour? That's a good one. A quarter of an hour? 25 minutes. What is 3 times 3 times 3? 18. 3 times 3 times 3? Yeah. 21? Close. 22? No. Am I retarded? No. I'm like fried right now. You were really close.
Yes.
20? Up. I said 20, 23, 24, 25.
Guys, these are women that you should stay far away from. And I'm going to tell you this from my experience because I was each of these women in this lifetime until I healed myself. So number one is the woman that needs a lot of attention and validation. First off, this is the beat bopper. She can go around, she can talk to everyone, and she's going to want attention from everyone around, even if you're standing next to her, because she doesn't get full validation from you. She needs dopamine hits from the people around her, whether that's at a bar, at a party, wherever. She also does not feel fulfilled within herself, so she's going to look for those dopamine hits, and when you can no longer provide those for her, she will get bored and leave you.
What is your type? Like, what do you like physically?
Rich.
I said physically, not monetarily.
6'1", light skin.
So let's say they're under 6 foot and they're rich. Does that help?
Yeah.
That help?
Duh.
So how much does a guy need to make?
It don't matter what he makes, it matters how he spend it.
How should he spend it?
On me.
So would you say you're an expensive person?
Duh.
Do you expect your man to pay all the bills?
Duh.
Your car payment, your hair, your nails, everything.
What is he doing if he's not paying for what I need to do?
But if that's the case, what do you provide in return if he's paying for everything?
Myself. Period.
Do you know how to cook?
Yeah, I'm vegetarian, but I do not.
Oh yeah, she has lost a lot of her opportunity if she's saying vegetarian.
But she's sexy. Drops mine. I'm done.
Please, go on. So she want her man to pay her car payment, all the bills, buy Prada bags and everything on her, and all she provides is herself, just herself. And on top of that, she cooks vegetarian?
Delusional.
Come on, honey, be realistic here.
You see these women all over social media asking, where are the good, God-fearing men at? But we're never asking the question, are we positioned to attract a good, God-fearing man? And I'm not here talking about a worldly, high-value man. I'm talking about a biblical, God-fearing, high-value man. There's a difference. And ladies, we have to get something straight. You are not a high-value woman just because you're a piece of arm candy, because you look good on his arm. A good, God-fearing man that is truly submitted to Christ is going to care about the loyalty, the calmness that you bring to his life, the alignment. He's not going to care about this aesthetic, Instagram aesthetic with the fillers and the Botox and the BBLs and the designer bags. I'm not saying that beauty is bad. What I'm saying is beauty should not be the foundation of a man choosing a high-value woman, or what is considered a high-value woman. And a man cannot lead properly a woman that he does not trust. So I'm going to tell you what it looks like to be that type of woman that he can lead. She's not waiting to be saved. She builds. She's already stewarding. She multiplies. You give her a vision and she's going to know how to expand it. She manages. Not her man. She manages her mouth, her mood, her emotions, her environment. So a high-value woman is not just turning heads. She's building legacy. Y'all have a good day. Let me know what you think below.
I honestly don't think some of these modern women have a clue. It's, once again, they watch too much TV. I think there was one woman saying, if you don't do this, then you're not a man, you're not masculine, yada, yada, yada. A man chases, or he pursues from a position of like strength or something like that, dignity or honor, whatever kind of nonsense she was talking about. Don't listen to that. Modern women, they talk too much and they don't be saying a whole bunch of anything. They say what they think that a man should be doing. And pretty much honestly and truly, a lot of times it's counterintuitive. It goes against what actually should be happening in reality. These modern women, they really do have imaginations. I don't know when they have all this time to think up scenarios and dream up scenarios that they be dreaming up and thinking up, but they do. And they get online and they talk to us about these scenarios that are pretty much never going to happen. Well, because they don't have a man, I guess they have all of that free time to do all of that thinking about nonsense.
We dance, we kiss, we schmooze, we carry on, we go home happy. What do you say? Come on.
Okay, I have what might seem like a silly question, but what exactly is the logical reason why women should hate all men? Is there one? Because I have heard numerous reasons why women should hate some men. I have yet to hear an actual reason why women should hate all men. So I'm really hoping that someone can actually answer this question for me in a logical, reasonable manner. Now, I know that there will be some individuals out there that will call me names. That's to be expected. But that's only because they can't actually answer the question. So for those women that say they hate men, why? Why do you hate all men? Is it because some men did bad things and are still doing bad things? Is it because some men out there in the world have power and you think that women don't? Really, I'm actually hoping for a reason why someone would encourage hate. Unless, of course, it's just to turn a profit.
There has been no man that I have met who I felt like could give me what I wanted out of life and would be in addition to the life that I've built for myself. And that is such a peaceful place to have gotten to.
Is that a cat? I think that's a cat behind her. A cat or a dog? Anyways, what are you guys looking for? What specifically are you guys looking for? Because a lot of times I see women come on the internet and they go, oh, I've built this life for myself. I can do all this for myself. And I need a man who can give me something different than that. He can't be doing all the stuff that I can do for myself because I can already do that, right? So what are you guys looking for in addition to what you've already built or what you can do for yourself? Because I can't think of anything that you guys, I don't even think you guys know what it is that you're looking for. You just say that because it's easy to say, but you guys don't truly know what you want.
This next clip really embodies why I talk about what I talk about on my platform. This woman is the perfect example of why it's so frustrating for women like myself that are good women to try to remain good, because with this type of behavior, it sets the tone to thinking that all women are the same. And this clip that I'm going to show you is just one of many. And if you really go down the rabbit hole, you can actually see how toxic these types of women actually are.
We gon' spin and kill deep in this butt.
Some of these women really try to wear a phase as a badge of honor when it should be treated like a scarlet letter. It's not a flex to have multiple men around your children. It's not a flex to have men sneaking in and out of your house before your kids wake up. It's not a flex to do the walk of shame as a mother of 3. But then what's even more interesting is these women actually get online and brag about these types of phases as if it's something to be proud of. Imagine being so self-centered that you'd rather put your empowerment above being a better role model for your children and above having more self-respect and self-worth and calling it a healing journey. Feminists have brainwashed these women into thinking that giving up their empowerment and their value is going to somehow make them a better person, and it tricks them into thinking that they have higher value, but it's not valuable and it doesn't make you a better person. And even though these women make the decision to be in a hoe phase in the first place, somehow it's going to become the men's fault. Bragging about this type of thing on the internet is only going to attract one type of man. And then when those men are in her DMs, it just solidifies her idea about the patriarchy, misogyny, and the value of men and what they hold and what they bring to the table. And if all of that is not bad enough, this woman actually has in her bio that she's a relationship coach. So then you're able to pay for her advice while she's telling other women that a hoe phase is acceptable and a way of healing. But then what ends up happening is when she's out of this hoe phase or this phase of life that's become a personality trait and she meets the right guy, she has 2 options. She can either lie to him about her past or she can come clean. And when that man decides not to be with her because she has a hoe phase or has a past that he's not comfortable with, now it's his fault for having a preference, even though she put herself in that position in the first place. And then when respectable men decide to call her out on her poor behavior, or when women like myself decide to call her out, suddenly it's misogynistic and she holds no accountability for her behavior. And the reality is the only role that she's really trying to play is the martyr role, and the only thing being sacrificed is her self-worth. Okay, bye.
You know the kind of man that always gets cheated on? I'm gonna tell you the kind of man that gets cheated on. The men that gets cheated on is the men who actually are the providers and the protectors of the family. The men who get up every single day and work 70, 80, 90 hours a week just to provide for his ditzy brain wife that's at home. The one who actually makes sure that there's a roof over your head and your children's head and food in your stomach and your kids' stomach. And probably they're not even the fathers too, and they still make sure that your kids are okay, even though, you know. The ones who actually are providers, the ones who always put themselves last and then put their family first. The ones who don't get nothing for Father's Day or their birthday. The ones who don't even get text messages to see if they're okay. The ones who don't even go to the doctor's office, don't even know what a dentist look like. You know, those kind of men who always just make sure that every single day they just provide, and that is their life, making sure that your life is better. And then you know what his ditzy brain wife does? Cheats on him because she's bored. Because she can't go read a new book or pick up a new hobby. She has to cheat.
Honey, what are you bringing him?
I'm hyper independent. Like, I have literally lived in 5 different cities by the time I was 30, and I moved every single time by myself. I also bought a place when I was 25, a mortgage on my own. I know how to do electrical work. I know how to patch drywall. Like, as long as I have a YouTube video, I'm good. I own my own business. I set up an LLC. I'm literally doing all these things, and when a man is literally trying to pen pal with me just to be casual, like, it gives me the ick because what the like, what do you have to offer? Oh, you paid for my dinner? Oh, you paid for my drinks? You paid for my trip? Okay, like, I can do that myself. The appeal is not there. Unless a man is truly making my life significantly easier, I would rather be single than be in bad company.
It's totally unappealing to men. Totally unappealing to men to just say, I don't need you. I've got it all covered. Because then why would they pick you? They want to feel needed. They want to feel appreciated, right? And they want to feel valued for the masculine things that they bring to the table that you're not supposed to be doing, right? Because it's supposed to be a complementary pair. The problem here is she's not doing anything feminine.
Attractive women don't end up in long-term relationships. They also get cheated on. They don't get treated right by men in general. And this is simply because pretty people get in relationships because they get lusted on. This is why we all have that unattractive, like conventionally unattractive friend that just is in a relationship for like 5-6 years, and it's like, wait, why? Like, how? It's simply put because they don't get lusted on, right? Like, the guy knows who they are as a person, and that's why they fall in love with them, and then the looks comes after. Like, whereas attractive women especially have a hard time getting in relationships because men just like who they are physically, like, and then they get to know them personally, and it's like, wait, no, I really just only like you for the way that you look because I didn't know you when I first saw you. This is why attractive people are single, and they internalize that and take that for oh, well, I must just not be attractive, I'm not beautiful. No, it's because you are beautiful that you are single. Men are literally terrified of you. You scare them off. They assume that you are in a relationship, but when they see you in public, they're not going to shoot their shot. And the men that do shoot their shot are oftentimes the worst kind of men because they fall for you for the lust that they have for you.
Are you single?
Yeah.
How single are you? How recently single are you?
Like 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yep.
And you're out here already trying to live life?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You go, girl. What was the reason?
I don't want to put that out there.
Now you just want to have fun, huh?
No.
Hey, babe. You good? Oh.
Yeah.
What? She is lying like a mother.
You good?
Yeah.
Well, it's only been 2 weeks.
Shut up.
Hey, bro, how long you been talking to this girl?
A month.
A month?
Yeah.
Bro, she just said she got a relationship.
Yeah, like a little while ago. I've been talking to her though.
What you on? What you on? Bro,
let's hear it.
You're talking to her while she was with her guy?
Yeah, she liked that.
It's an evil world we live in.
Damn, bro.
Come on now.
Damn,
Come
bro.
on
How
now.
much you packing, bro?
Come on now.
How much you...
2 inches, come on. Hey, 2 inches does a lot at 90 miles an hour.
My girlfriend told me her body count. I didn't ask. Her body count is 62 at 25. Can't stop thinking about this. Your relationship's over. Guys, don't share your body count numbers. 62, she's been busy. She's had a good time. Good on her. With where you're at, brother, and it sounds like you probably haven't had much experience in this field, and it's going to constantly plague your thoughts, you're probably better off just ending the relationship and then finding someone who you don't know what their body count is and you like them and you can just start fresh. Unless you're going to be working for years to try to forget this, and you probably will never forget it, and it'll always plague you. She's done irreparable damage. This is engraved in your mind now, so probably not waste your time, just end it. But hey, you're number 63, bro.
When y'all say y'all don't date 9-to-5ers, I be quiet. My mic is on mute. Blue collar me every time. Yeah, I need him to need a manicure and a massage every time he comes home from work. It needs to be to the point where, take them shoes off at the door. Before you even come into the, like, the work shoes sit outside of the door. Take them clothes off as soon as you hit the door. They may even need to hit the washer every night. You got paint all over you. you got sawdust and stuff. I'm on mute. Every time y'all say y'all don't date 9-to-5ers, I don't got nothing to say.
Modern women will sit up here and tell themselves anything, any type of coping mechanism that you can come up with. I'm just going to tell myself anything to get through what I'm going through right now. Literally anything. And it'd be so darn untrue. Well, they're lusting after you anyway. They don't really want you. How? I mean, first of all, how am I lusting after you if I'm actually asking you questions? If I'm saying, hey, let's go out on a date. Do I think you're attractive? For sure. But that doesn't mean that modern women, and really honestly and truly, for some of these modern women, it's projection. They're talking to you about what they struggle with. These modern women, the same ones, oh, he's lusting after you, this, that. They be in other men's comments, talking crazy. The first, I want to keep it anonymous. That's why they be having them burner accounts and stuff like that. You guys really need, therapy is not working. Therapy is not working for you guys, really honestly and truly.